Welcome back, welcome back. Research ships carry tech tree ships. So the research ships are Druid, Colbert, and Cecilia, with Team Louisiana, Yoshino, Minotaur, and Hayate. Now, Druid. Druid is basically a Royal Navy destroyer that only fires armor-piercing and does not have torpedoes. Colbert is basically a French Atlanta on steroids.
This is the base commander. We expect the arrival of transport and attack squadrons. Strike aircraft will ensure support during the embarkation and evacuation on transport aircraft. Warship commanders, clear the most direct route for the aircraft in the specified sectors.
Now, Cecilia, that's a divided ship. I feel like it's a good ship. It does get sap secondaries like the Giuseppe Verde, but the main selling point are the 12, or the, no, not 12, but 16 guns, like the Colombo. The only downside is that the Colombo gets sap. And I run into Louisiana because he does not turn. I'm trying to get around him, but he really screws up my shots for the very beginning. But Colombo versus Cecilia, which one would I recommend? Honestly, I would honestly recommend the Colombo. And the reason I say that is, one, Colombo only costs you time and credits. Cecilia costs you more time, and the dispersion can be wonky. You do see that we get a 38k salvo there. But also remember, Colombo does get HE, or does get armor piercing and sap. And remember, Cecilia is costing 62,000 research points. That's quite a bit of research points. That's like 3 months of normal grinding for research points. With that's 9 months of research points for grinding. That's a lot of time for one ship. Now, the reason I would say Cecilia is a no-go is because a lot of people really definitely say the legendary upgrade for the Colombo is definitely worth it. I absolutely believe it is worth it. I mean, you're getting a much more better accurate Colombo. You're getting the benefits of basically the Cecilia with the sap and everything, and you're getting better accuracy. I mean, you're a little bit getting a better Cecilia with the Colombo. I mean, but a legendary mod Colombo will beat the Cecilia every day. Because if I'm getting hit by 16 sap shells, and I can only fire armor piercing and AP at him, he's gonna win. And like, I could just be arming 8 sap and just shooting these things, like, legitimately, and I'd still be doing pretty good damage. So, honestly, Colombo is just a better ship. Now, you do see that we do get some pretty good salvos every now and then. About a 20k salvo. And you take out both Tomahawk and a motorboat. We do take about a little bit of damage. Now, you do see that the Minnow is playing extremely aggressive. And that's all in great and all. But just to get his corpse off, that's a lot of HP. And he's full health. He takes a pretty good whomping there, at least a double citadel, just to get his corpse off. It really wasn't worth it. I mean, yes, he got the kill, but And the long term of the game, it's not going to work out for them. I mean, the research ships definitely on this map, Colbert and Druid and Cecilia, they all have their qualities. But I would definitely go Columbo over Cecilia. Druid, if you can make a ship that only fires armor piercing work for you, then go for it. Colbert has a nasty reputation already, and the reason I would recommend Colbert is because for one reason, dockyards. Usually during dockyards, there's cruiser hit ribbons and cruiser ribbons. Well, Colbert is basically a machine gun and equals lots of ribbons significantly fast. That's the reason I would recommend it. If you want to make your job a little bit easier on dockyards, especially with the Tier 10 destroyer Laugh coming, there is a good possibility that there will be those ribbons, and it will be a heavily mission-based dockyard. Because Tier 10s aren't easy ships to get for dockyards. They do require brains. Now remember, if I was in a Columbo, I could usually use SAP, and I would still be doing the exact same amount of damage I would be doing to these guys. If they probably even more.
Andiamo a fuoco! Hai ricevuto troppo carbone da Babbo Natale?
Because I honestly think, even though that was only 23k, that was with 4 armor piercing shells. I believe absolutely, I had SAP loaded. I would do literally the exact same amount of damage. The only downside between the Columbo and the Cecilia is the reload. The reload is significantly different. Cecilia gets about 30 seconds. Columbo has with all their modules and everything, we'll go back to about 37 seconds. So that is a significant difference right there. So the question comes down to Cecilia versus Columbo. A 7-second reload with a legendary mod versus no 7-second reload and armor piercing and HE for Cecilia. Both are really, well, they're both really difficult, you know. There's no really clear right answer. A lot of players would just say Columbo. And I would honestly lean more to Columbo myself. Now, as far as the team goes, we do lose Ayayate. He was really aggressive, got nuked by the Clevelands. Druid is heading south to go spot the CV. So I'm trying to close range so I can get my spotter. My spotter will reach it, but I want to get closer.
An enemy aircraft carrier was spotted in the combat area.
But he's literally just inside my detection, on my range. If that had been Columbo, that probably would have been a better salvo. Firing, and yeah, the guns are only on the front, so it literally only has 4 tracing guns. Now we get a nice 25k salvo there. And he's doing some small amount of damage. He's doing a little bit of damage. He's doing about 1,000 to 2,000. Now we do take a blind shot because we're like, okay, that's going to be at least super close.
And the transport aircraft leave base road.
And we get a double fitted out and we finish off the carry.
Incrociatore nemico individuato. aiuterò a
We use
nasconderci
our
nel
exhaust
fumo.
smoke to get away. Because we are outside of the 10 kilometers for the buffer. So as long as it keeps running, we will not be radared by the battleships. Or not by the cruisers. It's also a good thing because we have the Sherman, the Fletcher, and the
Ricognitore
Humphrey coming
rientrato
north,
sano e
which
salvo.
will significantly hurt us. And you see, Minnow is being extremely aggressive using a single launch force. And that's great and all, but there is such a thing as being too aggressive, especially in the Minotaur.
Abbiamo
And when
creato
you
delle
see
nuove
it,
nuvole
we're
di
protected,
fumo.
the amount of fire that's coming out.
Andiamo a fuoco! Hai
Is,
ricevuto
quite a
troppo
bit.
carbone da Babbo Natale?
So that's really why we use our exhaust to get away from the speed. Unfortunately, now that we're infected, we won't keep taking the full play. Unfortunately, the car is going to be taking the full play.
Andiamo a fuoco! Hai
And
ricevuto troppo
he really
carbone da
screwed up.
Babbo
Remember,
Natale?
he took that quad or double citadel from that Colorado. So he's only like half HP now. That's not a lot, and compared to a Buffalo and a Cruiser, that's not enough. That's not a lot of HP. Now we are on fire. It's no big deal. The fire damage will heal back 100%.
Intercepted enemy communications.
Now,
Enemy destroyers have been sent to destroy
he's not doing too well. Especially now that whiskey comes in, and there is a main with the whiskey. There is a main on the other side on the 10 line. Two mains. Minotaur is dead. Minotaur is so screwed. He's dead. There's no way he's getting out of here. He really screwed up. Now, when I was playing this, I was like, okay, we lost him. And I realized, okay, we're really not doing too much. And then I realized, oh wait, he's gonna do this. Okay, so at this point, I really kind of realized it's time to run. At this point, I realized it's time to run. And we took a pretty good hit there. Colbert takes a really nasty hit, so even he kind of realized, okay, I need to fall back. And we're also going to have ships behind us, on our right, and on our left. So we're being boxed in, so it's like, no, we can't stay here. If I go back to the yellow circle, I'm going to be having the Inactivity, which we pick up our natural selection. The big up to Pope. No, the Druid actually picked up his natural selection also.
Abbiamo affondato un cacciatorpediniere nemico. Tutto come nuovo.
And you see that Louisiana is trying to disengage, but remember, it's Louisiana. not enjoyed it at all. And like he's just getting withered. That's like that is the Achilles heel. And again, just like Annapolis and Cleveland, that will just destroy and saturate this, you know, like that. Unless he gets slapped by the vein, he's gone. So it's literally just the three research ships and the Yoshino. The Yoshino that hasn't really moved too much this whole day. Now we didn't have that Cleveland selected, unfortunately. We probably did. We might have been this first. Now we're taking the full fire of the Annapolis. Druid is shooting on the Cleveland. Colbert is realizing he needs to fall back now. Yoshino is basically in the firing line. I really did.
Incrociatore nemico avvistato.
Now, we can still see 9 for me, 4 for the crew, 6, 8, 7 for the crew, 4 for the bear, 2 for the Yoshino, 5 for the minnow. Yeah, just literally just being significantly like widowed. And main for whiskey is still there. We haven't even killed him.
Designated target.
And the Colbert pushed him up.
Our repair base is no longer in danger.
Incrociatore nemico affondato.
And the Yoshino basically gets deleted on his side. So it's only just us three left. We only have to survive a minute.
Vi aiuterò a nasconderci nel fumo.
Now we're gonna go for drag bomb on this. Threw it out there with the DDs, but remember, that armed person will just nuke those DDs.
General quarters. The air
That's 10
authorities
armor
in
piercings,
maximum
up to
danger.
34,000.
Entered the base area. Destroy her.
We're waiting till we're perfectly broadside. And we are now 48.
La corazzata nemica sta colando a picco.
Now I have done broadsides with the Cecilia on my first review, and I've nuked battleships for basically over 100,000. So this thing will
Abbiamo
nuke
creato
battleships.
delle morbide nuvole di fumo.
Watch what happens when this Annapolis gets hit. Pick a nice 4,500 in free XP. We could pick up 11 kills, 900,000 in credits, and 522 in damage. Looking at the score, Colbert or Druid is first with 3108. Colbert is second with 3097. I'm 3010. And then we just kind of go down into the 19s and below from there. So significant difference between the research ship players and the tech ships. significant difference. Like, that's a significant carry right there. I mean, between all of us, you know, we got 30, what is that? 28 kills between us. So significant. But as far as Columbo versus Cecilia, it's really, it comes down to it. The thing is, it really comes down to that legendary module. That's going to be the main difference. The legendary module and the reload. Those are going to be the two main differences between the Columbo and the Cecilia. Because I'll be honest, the secondaries don't do much. And it really is, secondary spec isn't where, you know, you did see I had it, but I had mostly main guns now. I only had the secondaries there for just the reason. We end up pulling 700,000 profit. And since this captain is being trained, we pull a nice 23k in Commander XP. So a really nice game. A really nice game.